going on, everyone? King here, back for another video. So today I've got two things I need to do. One is that I'm going to Marion County to talk to the land assessor, actually the tax assessor for their property. Reason being, I want to get more information and better understanding as how the taxes are assessed to the property. I have a lot of questions, so I scheduled an appointment to meet with him at 12 o'clock. It's now just about 10:30, so I'm going to drive there, meet with him, and then about 4:30 p.m. today, we'll have a hearing. The hearing is scheduled for the court to hear a motion to restrain the board from conducting any more business on their property due to their negligence or alleged negligence, as well as other things, removing from the board and spreading the lies that I'm trying to sell the property to Walt Disney World and other things like that. So basically, this is going to be the hearing for the court to hear our arguments. So all parties got to be present. It's going to be online, so it's going to be a virtual court versus in-person court. But that's what we got planned today. So stay tuned, follow for more, and I'll give you updates throughout the day. Thanks for watching so far. Hey, what's going on, everyone? King here. So just wrapped up the meeting with the tax assessor. Spent approximately 30 minutes or so discussing with him or talking with him, having him explain how the land is assessed for as taxes, what's the property value, the whole 9 yards. It was a good meeting. Basically, I got everything I needed to be answered. Basically got clarification on the property value again, how the taxes are applied to the mobile homes on our property, to everything's on our property, even down to the percentage of tax, right? So at 6% or at 4%, and really what affects the property is how the property is being utilized. So I'll say more than half the property is valued at for having timber on the property, and then the small majority of it, the approximately 81 acres, is for residential. So there's basically two different tax values being applied to the property. So one at 4% for agricultural use, and then 6% for residential use, covering a whole plot of land. So nonetheless, it was a good meeting, and I got everything I needed to be told to me, answered, explained. So the next thing I need to do is have the hearing, go to the hearing at 4:30 today, and hopefully things will work in our favor. If not, then we'll keep pushing. We'll keep going until this legal issue is resolved one way or another. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll give you an update later on. Thanks for watching. All right. What's going on, everyone? So it's been somewhat a long day. Had to get up early, go to Marion County, meet with the tax assessor there. Had interesting conversation about the Heir property and the taxes, and how the taxes are assessed based on what's on the property. So trailers, homes, buildings, the size of the land, whole 9 yards. So really broke it down that how much it costs, or what's assessed to be cost for the land taxes based on its value and everything else, in regards to land, that is. So again, interesting conversation. Learned a lot, explained a lot, understand going forward how the taxes will be assessed, so can have a better understanding of in the future what's going to be the annual bill, if you will, tax bill for the property. And if things changes in regards to how the land is utilized, it will affect the taxes, and so forth and so forth. So if it's merely for residential, or more trailers are added to the property, it could affect the taxes. But as it stands now, it will not. But if the mobile homes on the property increase closer to, say, 30, then most likely the taxes will go up, as well as, if again, how the land is utilized could increase the taxes. But again, interesting conversation. Glad I met the gentleman, and he was very helpful in understanding everything that was on the documents was on the tax bill itself. So, but then we, came back and went to the hearing, hoping that it would go as planned. However, that's not the case. But it's not the end of the legal fight. You win some, you lose some. Again, this is the second time that we try to have a motion to restrict the board from conducting business, so forth and so forth. The presiding judge is one of the judges that signed consent orders in previous cases, in the two previous cases, as far as I understand, that's seen his signature on his name as well as his signature on court records, court documents, orders, and that effect. So starting out, I didn't think that he, based on listening to the discussion from my lawyer and the other lawyers that are involved, that he was not comfortable signing this order because of he wasn't sure who was wrong and who was right, and that he really wanted to punt this case back over to Mr. Haig Porter. But however, who was the special referee in the case, however, my lawyer trying to explain to the judge that Mr. Haig Porter does not want to involve himself in this case because of third party contact. So basically, he had contact with other individuals in the case, to even include some of the defendants. That's as far as our understanding, right? So I think that there will be some kind of conflict, but the order still stands, and then nobody, right? None of the parties involved who are not involved, they not file any kind of motions to appeal the order, to amend the order, to set aside the order. All that legal speak, nothing was done. There's nothing been coming from the defendants and try to dismiss this case or to whatever case may be. All right, all the legal tools out there. Nothing's coming from the defendant's side, only from my side, and try to resolve this. But during the hearing, the judge did say, hey, maybe y'all should come to some kind of agreement to either mediate this case or have a hearing. If you can't agree on who should be over this case, a special referee, if you will, to mediate this case, and then I'll appoint one. If you cannot agree on one, then I'll appoint one. But in the meantime, maybe we should have a hearing on the case, far as the board, the equity in the case and whatnot. And so that looks like that's where we're going. Hopefully it'll be soon that my lawyer will work on the motions in the coming days to get this filed to where we'll have a motional order signed by all parties involved, to at least resolve that part. And then the other part, I guess, will be to have a mediation and to resolve this case overall. So granted, you win some, you lose some, understandable. It's just, I got to keep pushing along. I got to keep moving this thing down the field. But I want to say, though, that sometimes, man, these lawyers and judges, man, and not so much the judges. I mean, I kind of questions like, hey, why is this judge not willing to hear this case? Whatever case may be, especially when he signed on consent orders. But I don't know, maybe they just feel like it belongs to somebody else's jurisdiction, which is fine, Danny. Okay, whatever. But these lawyers, man, the lawyer for the board, the things that he said was so not true, man. It's like you have an order. You have an order, right? You have an order. I mean, you have the orders in here. You have an order, and it says, let me read a part of it. It says that the parties agree that until such a time as a formal association board or committee is formed, Clifton King IV, and the three other people named in here shall serve as managers of the property. So we are property managers. These managers shall, as soon as practically possible, meet and agree on a fifth manager, which we did. These managers shall have full decision-making authority as to property until, as stated above, a formal association board committee is formed in a manner agreed to by the managers. It goes on to say a bunch of other things, like have access to the bank account in whole 9 yards and whatnot. So, but their lawyer, the board's lawyer that is, used part of that order to say that the board, that his clients on the board are supposed to be have full decision-making authority. No, it refers to the managers, the property managers, which I was. And then he went on to say that I was removed from the board, right, by the board and by the body of people, that I'm doing this for retaliation, for revenge. Really? This is why the judge says, okay, maybe I need to have a hearing on this, because I don't know who's right and wrong. Maybe you need to have a hearing on this. So be it. Let's have a hearing. Allow me to produce the evidence, present the evidence to the court. Not only my testimony, the testimony of others, members of my family, my mother, her brothers and sisters, cousins, and the whole 9 yards. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's just stop wasting time. Let's just stop wasting money. Again, like I told the gentleman who sent the email, who called me out of my name, who used a racial slur to describe my actions, say I'm on some, N-word-ish, right? Him and his brother and everybody else, me and my mama are just, we're the devil, right? I'm a dictator. I'm crazy and delusional. Let's go. Let's see about it. I look forward to getting on the stand under oath and testifying to the nonsense. Let's see about it. But nonetheless, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And see you in another video. Take care. Peace.